Now, iQOO recently launched 3 phones. We covered all of them: iQOO 9, iQOO 9 Pro, iQOO 9 SE. And you guys had lots of questions. And the most interesting phone is iQOO 9 SE. iQOO 9 SE cost 33,990. But you get 3,000 off on ICICI credit card and extra 3,000 off if you exchange your old smartphone. Now, iQOO 9 costs 42,990 and you get 4,000 off on most of the bank cards. Anyways, with or without offer, there is a healthy difference of 8,000 rupees between both the smartphones. So, which one should you buy? Well, first of all, the build quality, display quality and software on both the phones are the same. 19-20 ka farak maybe. You can watch the unboxing video for detailed specs. But the major difference between iQOO 9 and iQOO 9 SE will come in 2 things. Number 1, performance, and number 2, camera. So let's clear that and let's clear this. I make good videos. You subscribe right now. Deal? Deal? 100 rupees cashback. Now, iQOO 9 SE comes with Snapdragon 888, whereas you get Snapdragon 888 Plus on iQOO 9. Now, you would be like, Pratik, that's easy. 888 Plus is better than 888. And as per AnTuTu benchmark, iQOO 9 is a bit better, like 8,46,000, whereas iQOO 9 SE is like 8,43,000. Very minor difference. And fun fact, we did the AnTuTu benchmark 4 times and 3 out of 4 times, both had almost the same score. Benchmarks are benchmarks. Wow. You don't buy a phone to run benchmarks, so let's do a real life test. I'll open 5 heavy games and let's see which phone opens them first. So first up, we'll start with Subway Surfer. 1, 2, 3. It's about the same time in both. Let's swipe up. Okay, let's go with Call of Duty. It loaded a bit quicker on the iQOO 9, but iQOO 9 SE also was about the same. Now let's go with Genshin Impact. Again, it loaded a bit faster on iQOO 9 and followed by iQOO 9 SE. Let's go with Alto's Odyssey. So far, iQOO 9 loaded everything a bit faster and iQOO 9 SE was 2 seconds slower. Again, same. Oh, it loaded on iQOO 9 SE first and followed by iQOO 9. So 3 games loaded faster on iQOO 9 and 2 of them loaded faster on iQOO 9 SE, but it's more of like 1 second, 2 seconds. So the 888 and 888 Plus in real life, practically, it's not much different. Now for specs, both the phones have 8GB LPDDR5 RAM, 128GB UFS 3.1 storage, flagship specs, and a very interesting thing for gaming, iQOO 9 supports 90 FPS BGMI, and this is not software-wise 90 FPS. Like, it's proper. See here, smooth graphics, 90 FPS. And BGMI runs well on both phones. But today, we'll test it on another level because this is flagship level specs. How is the heating on 888 and 888 Plus? So now we'll play Genshin Impact for 15 minutes and the battery on iQOO 9 is 53% and on iQOO 9 SE it is 90% and temperature is 32.7 degree and iQOO 9 SE temperature is 31.3 maximum. So both of us are in Genshin Impact and we'll both play at medium graphics and 60 FPS, which is very heavy for even a flagship phone. So we'll start the timer and let's play for 15 more minutes. So we have played for about 9 minutes, 10 minutes and there were few frame drops but acceptable, like the gameplay wasn't that bad. And now the temperature of iQOO 9 is 36.4, maximum 36.4, and on iQOO 9 SE it is 35.9. Yeah, 36.4, about the same temperature. So as you can see, we played a bit extra for 20 minutes because the gameplay was nice. And we had a bit of frame drops and the phone has become a lot warm now. Like if you see, the temperature is 36.2, not bad, not bad. So the iQOO 9 is maximum 36.2 and for the iQOO 9 SE, it is 36.3, about the same temperature. So as you saw, both the phones got a bit warm, which is very natural if you play such a heavy game, but there was no overheating, game lag or app crashes. And rest all the iQOO gaming features like 90 FPS frame interpolation, MEMC, intelligent display chip, you get it both on iQOO 9 and iQOO 9 SE. And the most interesting thing is, both iQOO 9 SE and iQOO 9 have the same exact 48 megapixel sensor. But iQOO 9 has a gimbal camera. How does that affect real life pictures? So we are out here in real life from the studio to take some real life photos for you. Now we took 100 plus photos, and what we have noticed is the dynamic range is good, the details on the main photo is really good, but at times we noticed like it tries to brighten up the face, and this happens a lot when you shoot against the sunlight or harsh HDR scenarios. Like you can see on Manu's face, it's trying to brighten Manu's face a bit. And as you can see in my photos, it hardly does anything to my face. So it was happening a lot with Manu. So consistency of the camera can be improved, but overall the main camera is really good. And one thing I've noticed, like now mobile camera sensors have become so big. Like here if you see, if you go to an object very close, it's not able to focus. And this generally happens with all the lenses, because the bigger the camera sensor gets, the larger is the minimum focus distance. Like I have to go a bit back to now focus on this leaf. But thankfully, the ultra wide angle camera on both the phones acts also as a macro lens. So if you want to take photos of an object close by, you can take those 13 megapixel macro photos. And of course in videos you get a gimbal camera, so the iQOO 9 is more stable. However, do note that gimbal camera can only be used in 4K 30 fps. If you switch to 4K 60 fps, stabilization is off on both the phones. So I don't think you will be shooting a lot in 4K 60 fps. And secondary camera is a bit better on iQOO 9. See, you get 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera on both the phones, and this is not like that 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera that you get in budget. The photos are really sharp, the dynamic range is good, and in proper daylight conditions or even in bit of indoor conditions, the photos are good and usable. But iQOO 9 gets that extra 13 megapixel 2x telephoto camera, and you can take photos in portrait mode as well as normal photo mode, and the photos come out really good. Like you can see this Manu's portrait, the photos are sharp and good. So it's a usable telephoto camera. And both the phones can record 1080p 30 fps from the front camera. Now they should have given the option to record 4K video from the front camera, because the processor is capable of it and it is flagship, right? And you can have an idea of the mic quality. There's wind passing by and some traffic noise. And battery is also a major factor here. See, iQOO 9 is a smaller phone than iQOO 9 SE. iQOO 9 has a 6.56 inch display and iQOO 9 SE has a 6.62 inch display. iQOO 9 is more compact and one-handed, while iQOO 9 SE is slightly bigger. And even the weight is also not much different. The iQOO 9 SE weighs in 197 grams, whereas the iQOO 9 weighs in 202 grams. But because of this size difference between both the phones, iQOO 9 has a smaller 4350 mAh battery, whereas iQOO 9 SE has a 4500 mAh battery. So battery life is slightly better on iQOO 9 SE, but iQOO 9 gives you 120 watt fast charging, and the battery goes 0 to 100 in like 20-25 minutes, whereas iQOO 9 SE has 66 watt charging and it takes 45 minutes to charge 0 to 100. Rest, you get 4G plus carrier aggregation on both the devices. iQOO 9 SE has 8 bands of 5G and iQOO 9 has 10 bands of 5G. Rest, overall software is the same. You get Android 12 with FunTouch OS 12. Now FunTouch OS is also improving year by year. Like last year they had this animation problem, so this year they fixed it. Like I can just keep on opening Google Chrome and closing it, swipe up, swipe down. It doesn't skip animation and the animation is really smooth. And this quick app switch gesture, it wasn't there previous year, so they have included this year. So they do listen to the audience feedback. But yes, you do get some bloatware which can be easily uninstalled. Also, please iQOO, give us the option to unlock bootloader. Please, pretty please. So overall, I would say, if you ask me, iQOO 9 SE seems really value for money to me. Like you save 8,000 and you get good camera, good performance, good battery and good fast charging compared to the competition. And it could probably be the best phone under 30,000. And for iQOO 9, if you want a better video camera, 90 FPS in PUBG, it's a big deal. A lot of people buy phone for BGMI. And better 120 watt fast charging, you can spend that extra money and get iQOO 9. So hopefully this video was helpful. This is me, Pradeep, signing off. See you tomorrow.